Welcome to Ghost Stories, the podcast that shines a spotlight on the amazing people behind the amazing things that happen here at Kaukauna High School, the home of the Galloping Ghosts. My name is Aaron Herm. I'm your host and the proud principal. And one of the things that impresses me the most about our school culture here in my first year as principal is how many student-led initiatives there are. Our students are absolutely amazing with coming up with ideas on how to improve our school, make life and learning better here, and not only come up with the ideas, but then execute. And that is something special. So last month's episode was a perfect example of that when we sat down with the students who were behind the Merry Mental Health Initiative leading into Christmas. And this month we have something similar. We have a group of Sources of Strength students who are working on planning a winter spirit week during the week leading up to our annual winter ball. It's a great way to lift spirits in the dark, cold days of winter. Like as I record this, it's about -2 degrees outside. And it's yet another example about how students see a need, come up with ideas, and then take it and run with it with the support of the great adults here at Kaukauna High School. So take a listen and hear what's in the works. All right, who am I here with?
Hi, I'm Anna. I'm a part of Sources of Strength, and I'm a junior at Kaukauna High School.
Thanks for being here. Who else?
I'm Daisy. I'm a senior at Kaukauna High School, and I'm also a part of Sources of Strength.
And I'm Emily Gross. I'm a science teacher here at Kaukauna High School, and I'm one of the advisors for Sources of Strength.
So the reason we are here today is because Sources of Strength is planning a Spirit Week. And this is kind of fresh off of last month's podcast episode about Merry Mental Health. It's yet another student-led initiative to improve the culture of the whole school. So I get excited about those things. I think the community should know about those. So that's what we're here to talk about. So who can tell me more? Like, where did this come from? What's the origin story of the upcoming Spirit Week?
So last year, there's a staff team that is all about engagement. And we were asking, okay, in February, March, there's just this doom, gloom of winter. We're ready for it to be done, but it's still dark outside. And so we looked at having a pep rally of sorts where we could bring the students together, the staff together, and encourage engagement both in staff and students. So we brought it to the students and we asked, hey, what do you want to do? What about like a dodgeball tournament? Kids ran with it. And last year we only had a dodgeball tournament because staff were not ready for what the kids had. They had a ton of ideas and we're like, whoa, we don't have enough time for that. So this year we asked our students like, hey, you had more ideas. Are you ready to run with it? Because finally the adults are ready to run with it. And so this year Sources of Strength is taking it on as a way to build engagement and amongst the whole community of Kaukauna High School, both staff and students. And so we have some awesome kids leading the way. Like us staff were doing nothing. We just said, hey, here's an idea, and they're planning everything.
I love the fact that our staff is having a hard time keeping up with the initiative that our students are taking. What a great problem to have. So Anna and Daisy, before we get into what the week is all about, we said that this is an initiative with Sources of Strength that you're part of, and not everybody might be familiar with what Sources of Strength is. Can either of you talk about that?
Yeah. Sources of Strength is like a group organization that we have here at Kaukauna High School to promote like your mental health and better your health, because we find it important that preventing casualties or horrible things that would happen, we just want to stop that and bring out the things that could make you better in your mental health, like families, support systems, friends, and other groups that bring up your mental health to boost your energy.
Yeah, I would also say that we want to unite the community here at Kaukauna High School and just bring everybody together to have a good time.
So outside of this event, you said you focus on different sources of strength to keep people from getting into a dark place, right, or making poor choices. What are some other things outside of what we're about to talk about that Sources of Strength does to promote tapping into your sources of strength?
Well, last month we had Merry Mental Health, and we based those days kind of on our wheel of mental health. So some of the days were like colors or what the day that we chose for a dress up to represent from our wheel. And the wheel is just a whole bunch of like different parts of your support system.
So Sources of Strength is a group that has what they call an upriver approach. And the upriver approach is that before students get to a point of, it is a suicide prevention group, and that was what it was born out of. And so they wanted to focus, instead of on the doom, gloom, and trauma, they wanted to focus on the hope, help, and strength. And so there's a wheel, and this wheel has a bunch of different areas that are considered sources of strength. That would be, there is family support. So that would be, in their words, they say that's anything that is family, right? Doesn't necessarily have to be blood, because we know that there's a variety of situations. You have healthy activities. So that would be journaling or whatever is healthy that is not harmful to you. There's physical activities, okay, so that would be anything that, gets your body moving. Then you have spirituality, which is a big term, but it's like, where do you find like your spirit, essentially? Then there is also positive peers, so you have friends. There's generosity. Generosity would be like when you are generous, that gives to other people. And I think that's all of them. Oh, and mental health. Mental health being, of course, the most important one. But mental health being the focus on mental health, and that physical health and mental health are both very important.
And what encircles the whole wheel is just the community and how we all work together and fit together. And part of our Winter Ball Spirit Week is getting the different grades and who you are, doesn't matter who you are, you're all together fighting for the trophy, so to say.
Well, a literal trophy. There's a dodgeball trophy that kids can win in the dodgeball game, or a staff can win it.
I was going to say, staff better be able to win, because I plan on participating in the dodgeball tournament.
Oh, we were
do.
absolutely obliterated last year.
I can help.
Okay.
So there's a dodgeball tournament. What other things do you have in the works for the Spirit Week?
We also have a whole bunch of different flex sessions that will be available. We haven't completely made them yet, but
Yeah, that's okay.
it'll kind of be like Mary Mental Health, where you're able to sign up for whatever you'd like to sign up for. And the flex times will be ran by students again, just like Mary Mental Health was. So it's a whole bunch of different ideas brought together, but along the lines of Sources of Strength's wheels and bringing back those healthy points of sport. We also have Minute to Win It games for our pep rally.
So there's a pep rally on Thursday.
We don't have school on Friday.
No school Friday, and then Saturday is winter ball,
Yes.
which has always been a tradition. So we're just kind of extending that. Okay, so pep rally. I'm interested.
Our pep rally will consist of our dodgeball tournament, of course, and then we also have minute to 1 minute games to fill in that time slot. We'll have table surfing and
So table surfing. Pause for a second. What is table surfing?
Table surfing is, so you are going to have different grades, and you get to have kids from the audience just decide to join and participate. I think we need like 15. And we genuinely take a table, and these individuals are laying on the ground. And then there is someone who is surfing on a table that is like upside down. There are people lying on the ground. There's a table on top of them, and they start rolling. And the table moves on top of them. So yeah, it looks fascinating. We're gonna try it out.
I've seen this on Instagram. I think this is gonna be a hit. Okay, so table surfing. What else?
we also saw another thing online, and it was with like an air mattress, and they were just running with it because I guess it's like hard to run with a big thing of air. It kind of like holds you back.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
Kind of like a race with it. So it's just gonna be like a race between the grades to see who's better at running with an air mattress.
Yeah, this is going to be thoroughly entertaining.
Are staff going to get a shot at this?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Are staff involved in every competition? Or
Always.
Okay, good.
We always like to take them
Okay.
down in competitions. So.
We did, well, okay, we'll
that's-
see.
We did win in basketball, I would like to point out.
Oh,
Nice.
that was a very lucky shot.
All right, cool. That all sounds like a lot of fun. I think, like I said at the beginning, the thing that impresses me about both of you and the students overall at Kaukauna High School is how much ownership you guys take for having a good school culture. Like, these things are not being planned by adults. They're being planned by students. And and now you're part of the planning, but you've also been involved in these things or like been able to take part in them over the years, right? So like homecoming is basically student planned, Mary Mental Health is student planned, this is student planned. Can you talk about like what that's felt like and what that means to you as students here?
Yeah, it definitely makes it feel like you're not just living through high school, you're part of the planning and you're part of what makes high school high school. And it's not up to like, oh, like I don't have any control over what I'm doing in high school. It's all just going with the flow. But when you're part of these planning committees, it really shows you that you are capable and you can do stuff that is fun and you can unite people, like I said.
I always liked being part of the planning. Even advancing into my career, I'd want to continue planning because I really enjoyed bringing like the people together and seeing them all together and enjoy what they like doing, what they're interested in, and seeing all the different people do all the different things that they're capable of because they are very capable people. Like everybody is super impressing. Like you can all do your own thing while showing it within your school abilities, like showing your classmates like, hey, I can do this. Like, heck yeah, I can.
What I've been most impressed with in these students is that they take charge, they delegate, and they care deeply about the school, and they're more than willing to do anything so that the community grows. And like I've said, us staff have not been able to keep up. And I think being a teacher, I tell people that I'm a high school teacher often. And they're always like, ooh, high schoolers, how are they? And every time I'm like, you would be surprised. They are so capable. People don't give high schoolers the credit that they deserve. This group specifically in Sources that seeks to build community and seeks to encourage their peers and the leaders within that, they continue to astound me in their ability and their leadership, and like they get stuff done. And you can't count a high schooler out just because they're young. They are more capable than you give them credit for. And they are planning an entire week full of activities, Family Feud, healthy activities, physical activities, mental health things. And they're doing it without I gave them, hey, I have an idea, and they ran with it. So I can't take any credit for this. It's entirely them. And that's the coolest thing about Kaukauna High School is you have students that can take an idea and run with it and create something that's amazing, that builds community, and that helps students tap into their sources of strength.
That's right. Be proud of your high school students, Kaukauna. That's this month's episode of Ghost Stories. We record new episodes every month with more amazing people who are behind the amazing things going on here at Kaukauna High School. So I invite you to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on the school district's website. Thanks for listening, and as always, it's a great day to be a ghost.